or 3. I'm going to say 3. I'm going to go Patriots by 3 in a very close game and a duel out with Tua Tagovailoa and that young offense and young defense there in Miami. Moving down, the Eagles versus the Washington football team, the Eagles. This is not even close. Give Carson Wentz a fully healthy team to start off the year. Carson Wentz is going to be very successful. Get 6 games in, I'm definitely going to go Washington football team because 99% of the Eagles' offense and defense is on IR. So simply put it, what am I most intrigued to see? Can the health of the Philadelphia Eagles sustain throughout another year, and can they make another Super Bowl run and probably win their division? If they stay healthy, they're probably going to run away with this division, even though I really like the Cowboys and a couple of their defensive additions and the addition of CeeDee Lamb. There's just too much on that roster with a much better quarterback in Carson Wentz that I just believe these Eagles could really take this division. But it's all about health for me. That is my biggest takeaway. What am I excited to see from Washington? Not much. My biggest takeaway is, how does Antonio Gibson play? Antonio Gibson's my sleeper running back for 2020. He's now the lead back with Adrian Peterson gone. With everybody out of there, it's solely him. Darius Geis, we all know what that scumbag did. He's not only out, he's out of the entire league facing charges for being a jerk and a scumbag. But, all that aside, I'm intrigued to see from these Washington Redskins is, what does Antonio Gibson do, and can Dwayne Haskins be some sort of starting quarterback in the NFL? My 2 biggest takeaways from Washington. I have the Eagles by 13 here. Don't believe it's close. Moving on, I've got the Raiders versus the Panthers. What am I most intrigued to see? John Gruden and that Raiders team. Just as a whole, that Raiders team really intrigues me. Marcus Mariota is on IR for at least 3 weeks with a pectoral tear, so we will see Derek Carr at the helm to start off with. That will keep his job safe, at least for the first few weeks. I'm excited to see Henry Ruggs. I'm excited to see his defense. I'm excited to see Darren Waller. I'm excited to see how they respond, and he's moving people around. He's getting more draft picks. As a whole, I'm excited to see what these Raiders can do. And they are against Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers. What am I excited to see from them? Christian McCaffrey, Teddy Bridgewater. Enough said right there. Can Teddy Bridgewater be a starting and leading man on a football team? Now, I know we saw him come in and play 5-0 and play great for the New Orleans Saints, but is that a fluke? Is that, hey, I've been out for a few years, this is pure energy? Or is Teddy Bridgewater a starting quarterback in this league that can play at a very high level and can play in a system like Carolina that will bode him well with a running back like Christian McCaffrey? So biggest takeaway, what can McCaffrey and what can Teddy Bridgewater do this year? Starting out the gate, I'm probably going to go, this one's tough for me, I'm going to go the Raiders here. I'm going to go the Raiders by a touchdown in a very close and hard-fought game. Now, do not count Carolina out, because if Christian McCaffrey gets going in game 1, this could be a runaway game for the Carolina Panthers, because Teddy Bridgewater, we know, is going to be able to at least manage it down by down. So if McCaffrey opens that up and he can just find Darren Waller and can find Henry Ruggs and some of these guys in the open field, it's a very intriguing matchup. But I'm going to go ahead and out the gate say the Raiders take this by 7. Next, Colts versus the Jaguars. Is this a joke? Phillip Rivers has an incredible first game. You find his energy. He starts smack talking. We're going to see an intense Colts defense. We're going to see an intense Phillip Rivers. We're going to see a focused Indianapolis team. What am I excited to see? Indianapolis as a whole. I have them winning our division, even though I'm a Titans fan. I'm sad to say that, but I say the Colts run away with this division by at least 2 or 3 games ahead of us. And the Jaguars are abysmal trash pile that will continually be that way until they continue to grow. I talked about this on my last podcast. The Jacksonville Jaguars are destined to be good in the next 5 to 6 years. They are building this thing the right way. Don't get me wrong. So I'm not mad at what's going on in Jacksonville. If you want more input on that, go back to my last podcast and listen to my whole breakdown on kind of why I believe the Jacksonville Jaguars are doing this thing the right way. I say the Colts open this thing up 14 to maybe even 21 points. They kick ass out of the gate. I'm excited to see these Colts. I'm excited to see Jonathan Taylor in that backfield. A couple more here for you. The Browns versus the Ravens. Simple. This comes down to, can the Baltimore Ravens duplicate what they did last year and open up the pass game? What am I most intrigued to see? Can Lamar Jackson be consistent in the pass game? Can they be consistent catching the ball? Because that is the next step they have to take. And with the Browns, are the Browns as big of a dumpster fire as they have been in the past? You get rid of Freddie Kitchens. You've got a good head coach in there now. What can the Browns do? Just as a whole. I don't even want to know individual, Baker Mayfield, Odell, Jarvis, nothing. I don't care about Kareem Hunt. I don't care about Nick Chubb. Can the Browns be a formidable opponent in that division? Can they sustain it? Can they grow? Can Baker Mayfield take steps forward? As a whole, I just want to see the Browns, and for the Ravens, I want to see Lamar Jackson really open up his passing game. I fully expect the Ravens to come out and win by at least 7 game 1. Chargers, Bengals, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. Will we see Justin Herbert come out in the second half of week 1? A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying absolutely no way. Tyrod Taylor is the guy. He will stay the guy. Some are even saying the whole year. I don't believe that's true. But it's the battle of the technical rookies on their teams. Can Tyrod Taylor lead this Chargers team, who's very good, very deep, has a very good running core, to a bunch of wins, or is Tyrod Taylor going to be giving up his starting job to Justin Herbert in 3 weeks? From the Bengals side of it, can Joe Burrow simply lift this organization from being the Jacksonville Jaguars of the North to maybe the Philadelphia Eagles of the North? Someone that is not Super Bowl aspirations, but if they're healthy and can continue to grow, can be a very formidable team in the next couple of years. I'm simply talking about the Eagles team that was building to that Super Bowl momentum the year before they actually won it. So can we see Joe Burrow really lift this organization? I don't know. I'm going to go Chargers here for sure. Chargers by 14. Let's go. Bucks versus the Saints. Probably the most intriguing matchup of the week. This would be, in any other week, this is my game of the week. I'm going to go the Bucks here. I think Tom Brady comes out and makes a statement week 1, game 1. I say Bucks win by 3 in a very close game. Of course, what am I most excited to see? Tom Brady and that offense. That is the whole epitome, the whole crux of their success is what can Tom Brady do with all of these weapons. What am I excited to see from the Saints? Can Alvin Kamara be the Alvin Kamara that we know and love? He's going through contract extension arguments. He just got injured, was seen in a boot. Can Alvin Kamara really take this team to the next level? They need Kamara to play like a top 4, top 5 back in order for them to be successful. So what am I intrigued to see? Alvin Kamara and, of course, Tom Brady in that offense. I'm going to go Bucks here in a close game, though. Moving down, we've got the Arizona Cardinals and the 49ers. I fully expect the 49ers to come back and kind of ball out. What am I looking forward to? The 49ers wide receiver core. Can they be what Deebo Samuels is injured and is out? Can they be what Garoppolo needs to really lean on? They've got a good running game, got great defense, they've got a good offensive line. So that's what I'm intrigued to see, these wide receivers for the 49ers. And Kyler Murray, he and DeAndre Hopkins are my 2 most takeaways from that team. The 2 biggest things I'm intrigued to see. Can Kyler Murray take a second step up and be a top 5 quarterback? He was off the board in fantasy so fast it was unreal this year. Some people even took him in the first round. So can Kyler Murray really step up and make another giant leap in his sophomore year? And what does DeAndre Hopkins do? He got a massive extension today. What does DeAndre Hopkins do after following the big contract extension and the trade? I'm going to go 49ers here in week 1. I just see them being able to pull away and win by at least 11 or 12. Let's look at my list. All right, Cowboys-Rams. Can Dak Prescott play with a chip on his shoulder year for me? That's my biggest takeaway. If Dak Prescott can play out of his mind because he's proving that he wants a big fat contract, I fully believe someone will pay this man massive if he gets it done this year and really balls out. He has no excuse on offense. He has a very good defense to back him up as well. That's my biggest takeaway from Dallas. And the Rams, do they have another setback year with the players that they have? They got Jalen Ramsey. They've got Aaron Donald, the best football player in the league right now. Can Jared Goff step up and can they make another leap? That's what I'm curious to see. What does Sean McVay do? Because Sean McVay has not looked good the last year after he lost the Super Bowl. He's been regressing. Do the Rams take a step back? Do they take 2 giant steps forward? That's what we will find out. I say Cowboys open up with a win here, though. Cowboys by 7. Moving down to Monday Night Football, we've got 2 games here. Let's start with the Steelers and Giants. The story of Big Ben. I picked up Big Ben on my fantasy team. I think Big Ben is going to be a candidate for comeback player of the year. Big Ben could lose his actual mind this year and play great. So Big Ben and James Conner, those 2 are injury prone. Those 2 are finally back and healthy. What can this Pittsburgh Steelers offense do? Because their defense is stacked. Their defense can be a top 5 defense in the league without a doubt. So I'm going to go Steelers for sure, but I'm going to go Steelers big. I say Steelers by 14, maybe even 21 here. Even though I really like the Giants, I like Saquon Barkley. I think Chase Daniels is going to make a very good step up this coming year. They got Logan Ryan on defense. It's going to be, it might even be closer than that, but I just believe that if this Steelers offense can come out the gate snapping, it's going to be a blowout. If Ben Roethlisberger struggles game 1, if James Conner struggles game 1, this is going to be not only a long year for these Pittsburgh Steelers, but this is going to be a long game for them to open up with on a Monday night, and the Giants might steal it. But I'm going to stick with my gut here and say the Pittsburgh Steelers get it done. Now, the preview of the week, the Tennessee Titans versus the Denver Broncos. Now, Titans fans, don't get mad. But Jarrell Casey came out this week. He said, I'm looking to seek revenge. He said, I'm telling them all I know about the Tennessee Titans. I'm worried for the Titans in week 1 because if they know what we're going to be doing defensively and offensively, how can we stop a team that knows what's going to happen? This can go one of 2 ways for us. First off, let's talk about what I'm most intrigued to see. I'm most intrigued to see from the Denver Broncos is can their quarterback, Drew Lock, step up, and can that offense and that wide receiving core that we all know and love and that running back core that now is beefed up with Melvin Gordon and Phillip Lindsay really take it to the next level? Because most people are saying this could be the best wide receiver core and running back core in the NFL. So can they take a step up? For the Titans, can we get past and make a run to the Super Bowl? Our time is now. We added Jadaveon Clowney for a reason. We got rid of Logan Ryan for a reason so we could open up space for dynamic players. We've got good rookies, even though Isaiah Wilson better get his big butt in line because he's tested positive for COVID twice for going to parties, but that's besides the point. But what is our next step here? Can Ryan Tannehill stay who he is and that he was last year? Can Derrick Henry really take over the game? I'm intrigued to see the Titans as a whole this year. First game is going to be very intriguing for us, though. It's going to be hard with Jarrell Casey saying that he's going to give away all of our secrets. Now, I don't know, what secrets those could be, but here's what I'm going to say. I think it's going to be a very close game. It's going to be a tough game for the Tennessee Titans to win. If we do win, we will pull this out marginally by a late Derrick Henry touchdown with, a minute 35 to go, or with a late field goal from our newly assigned kicker, Grotowski from the New England Patriots, won several Super Bowls with them. So it's going to be a close game. It's going to be tough. I fully expect Jarrell Casey to come out balling. Jadaveon Clowney took Jarrell Casey's number, and so it's going to be fisticuffs come game 1 for these Tennessee Titans. But I say the Titans, I'm going to give us the edge simply for being a fan. I'm going to give us the edge by 3 in this one in a very hard-fought and close game from these Denver Broncos. Moving on to our last subject of the day. I know that it is sad, but it is almost already that time. We're going to go and talk a little bit about Jadaveon Clowney and the Tennessee Titans defense now. First and foremost, we are doing a brand new NBA bubble episode this coming Saturday, so make sure you like, subscribe, you follow, you're ready for that. We are resuming that this week after the protest last week and after another week of basketball. We are going to give a full NBA bubble update this coming week, but today was all about the NFL. It's all about football. We have a lot of things going on, so I wanted to get through an NFL segment this week. First and foremost, let's talk about Jadaveon Clowney, though, before we wrap up. Jadaveon Clowney comes into the Tennessee Titans for $12 million, up to $15 million in incentives. So, but guaranteed $12 million, it looks like, from the bat. Do I like it? Do I love it? I like it. I don't love it. Jadaveon Clowney is a name that I enjoy bringing in, but I really wish we could have sealed this deal for at least 2 years if we we're going to spend that much money, or get him a little bit cheaper. I'm not a huge fan of how much